So I will give you a very short propaganda speech about what we do in 5 minutes, and then leave 15 minutes for my demos. Our story starts with inventing a solution and then looking for a problem. It looks as now we have both the solution.
To what many of the people here are doing.
Right, very much. I felt at home here with this forum. And the problem, actually, we split it to two. Okay? One, very quickly growing population, major challenge for especially the cities, and the need to support new paradigms in the way they plan, they develop the cities, they run their day-to-day operations. And our little contribution in this direction would be the so-called digital city or digital city information system, which is based on a very precise 3D city model on one hand, and on the other hand, all city relevant related data that could be integrated into it. Mapping, zoning, utility, construction, what have you. We are talking about resolutions or spatial accuracy of 10 centimeters with 1 centimeter per pixel textures on a city scale. It is pretty challenging. If you go indoors, it's even more than that. There is a whole issue of how we represent the terrain surface. I don't have really time to go into it. But the bottom line is to provide a tool for the city, architects, civil engineers, structural engineers, builders, building owners, in which sort of 3D, most of the existing information systems, be it GIS, CAD, and BIM, building information modeling, converge into one seamlessly integrated system, which would give you a much more efficient analysis and visualization or whatever the problem area might be, and also easier sharing and understanding of the outcomes of these analyses. Actually, we were following suit of big guys, Autodesk, Bentley, SRI, Navtec. All of them are talking about digital city, connected cities, intelligent cities, smart cities, IBM. When we said, okay, we have merchandise to provide, sort of at this stage, all they meant was to produce more publicity than results, but the dialogue is going in the right direction. So the consensus that I don't have now really to fight for it is that using this kind of digital cities, you would be really better planning, doing some important architecture studies, civil engineering, security, first response, urban infrastructure, whatnot. The second part that actually connects me very much to this forum is presented here. And here I have really still very strong opposition, especially from all those that I come to ask for the money, okay, to prove that I have a case. And this is the idea that once the very same digital cities are becoming visually appealing and easily accessible enough and filled with engaging content and applications, and also the third missing element is amenable to online human interaction. I use a completely different language than Yesha, excuse me. And so then the very same media would offer a great value to the general public, being used as very attractive application platforms for retail and tourism and real estate and entertainment. Technology that we developed that took us actually 15 years, 10 years were very dedicated to this problem. Before that, I've been working on a major military. Israeli Air Force wanted to have Golan Heights in a virtual copy, and we built 6,000 square kilometers of virtual Golan Heights down to a resolution of a single tree and single bush. And other pilots can fly there without a Syrian visa. Then we sort of devoted our attention to more civilian commercial problem, but still the main four technological challenges, how we collect data, how we process data, how we built out of this basic processing scheme a scalable production line. Because in any case, to do a big city is a major production project, not research, not development, just production. And finally, how to distribute data that becomes quite heavy and quite intricate. So to show you that these things can actually converge and work as a total system, let me take you to our first. Can you sit with all this? Okay. This is our virtual Philadelphia, actually downtown part of Philadelphia. The application I'm showing is what we call the city browser, a big 3D window through which we peek into the city, small map that shows us we are here. This is our viewing direction. We can walk, we can hover, we can fly up in the sky. This is a much larger scale map display. In my walking mode, when I start pushing buttons, we walk. We can look up and down and around. To become airborne, I click on this icon, and then we take off and keep flying. In front of us is the Philadelphia, what they call historic municipality building. When we came there, I said, historic, how old? 200 years. Well, 2,000 years is historic in Israel. We can jump. I can click on the City Hall tower and say fly to, and then we will place ourselves up and see the city landscape from above. We can dynamically change the model. For example, make this building disappear, or show it under different construction phases, color code for zoning, occupation, ownership, what have you. This building, when we filmed Philadelphia, was actually built to the 18th floor. So here's an example of us absorbing, taking the CAD drawings from the architects, quickly finishing this building within the environment of the existing buildings, which were all scanned, photographed, etc. And our Israeli builders were actually much quicker than the American ones to finish the building. To show you that this is a truly dynamic environment, let me look here and launch a simulation of flooding. There are two major rivers on the east and west side of Philadelphia. And here this number, 00, is a nominal water level. And here I'm raising waters up and up and up, 6 meters, 7 meters still safe and dry. But one past 8 meters, you can see how water starts spreading around, climbs on these stairs here, fills everything around us, and if we go back and pull this water down, that's nice. To show you a little the Homeland Security exercise, let me jump to this destination and this wall. And I will also shut down my traffic simulation just for one moment. And here in this wastebasket, we placed an explosive device. Okay. And now it happened to be also a chemical device, so there is this poisonous gas starts spreading around, and I can see the propagation pattern. I hope that these cops didn't forget their gas masks at the police station. We can go up with this button and actually observe the vertical dimension of how this gas would propagate. In this case, this is a very simple spherical geometry, but anything that can really do better prediction, including wind and other conditions, could be plugged in, and we are just display media that shows what this phenomena would look like. Let me jump now quickly to the east side of the city. There is a major highway system there. Which looks pretty deserted at this stage, but if I reactivate my traffic simulation, gets more life. And here is really to show you that we can handle quite a number of moving objects. We can use this as a planning media for traffic signs, like this is one alternative, and I could move the very same sign to the next bridge and see what would be the response time of drivers, etc. You know, everything is digital, so I can even fool the drivers and send them to Jerusalem if they don't want to go to Philadelphia. Let me jump from here to Pennsylvania Convention Center, a very huge building that actually is another important part of the, in addition to history, to the local business. They have a very big convention center for hosting conferences, etc. And the existing building ends here. All these empty lots that are here in my model were actually now filled with the new construction. These two buildings were destroyed, and we were asked to show and simulate the way this project would go. Okay, this is this new construction, and we are showing it not only from the static, the immediate perspective, but also how it blends into the neighborhood. This is an existing building that was not torn down, so it's important for their city planning application. But this is the existing entrance, and to show you what the features that we call an intelligent model, any 3D object in it can be actually tied with other information sources and databases. When I click on this sign, this is a daily event list. We can click on this online coverage of this event, fencing, another place, and so forth. Let me jump back to the place from which we started, and here I'll show you a few things that we are planning to use with avatars. Actually, so far I was visiting incognito, nobody saw me, but I could assume an avatar image. This is virtual me, and this is how it would look from in front, and then when I fly within the city, it's even more exciting. We can, we can try to communicate with other avatars, like, for example, this lady. If she agrees to reveal her identity, that's it. This becomes a chat box. If she got video connection, we can have a video conference with her, see her, listen her.
Hey Nick, what's up? I haven't seen you lately. How are you? So, what's new?
To show you that actually this platform supports all other modes of communication. Here is another friendly avatar from whom we might ask tough questions like how to get to the diesel store. And since she knows and is ready to take me there, I click on this button, and then she takes off, and I have to rush after her to catch her and to get to the diesel store. Not very far, so bear with me a few more minutes. Path planning, right? And it's quite weird. What I'm showing you is a city of 400 city blocks, 5,000 buildings, 10 square kilometers. We walk inside the store. Here is another hostess, which in this case we ask.
Welcome to the Diesel store in Philadelphia. Diesel offers a wide-ranging collection of jeans, clothing, and accessories. We view the world as a single, borderless culture, and the Diesel staff reflects this. We are a team that creates a dynamic vitality and energy within the company. If you'd like to take a tour of our store, please type 1 now.
No, we don't. So, wait. And maybe just the last thing is, we're okay? Still a few minutes? Haru, that's a very nice Japanese restaurant. And here, the story of this lady.
Welcome to Haru, one of the best Japanese restaurants in town. Located in a former bank building in the Old City neighborhood, Haru is known for its inventive Japanese cuisine and striking designs. The sushi bar is tucked away in an alcove around the stairs and is a great intimate corner of the restaurant. The upstairs lounge...
What you must understand here that we really went there, photographed and scanned with a laser scanner this whole thing, and it's precisely captured and reproduced down to a very fine level of detail. And 2 more minutes, I want to show you another project that, unlike Philadelphia, which was sort of a experimental trial to do something, and then we will possibly see what good can come out of it. This is a commissioned project that is actually a visual support of an existing e-commerce system for a huge chain of stores in America selling guitars and other instruments. Their iconic shop is on the Sunset Boulevard in Los Angeles. Here, all with these plaques with very famous musicians. On another Hollywood trick is this, those footprints or handprints of every important musician that was there. We can click here and actually get information. Briefly here, we can go actually to the Eric Clapton's website and have more info there. The idea of actually being in this environment and then very quickly connecting and going to a browser-based other information sources are an important part of the whole concept. Here is the Eric Clapton's website. Well, the connection is a bit slow, so I'll leave it alone. The story is jammed with thousands and tens of thousands of instruments and other details. Here I just want to show you another extension. We will leave alone this lady. When I choose an article of interest, then what we do, we can actually zoom on it to the sub-millimetric level and have details that every musician would be interested in having this. And this is another way of actually extending the scale of an entire city, okay, down to the street, down to the store interior, and to this particular guitar or any other object of interest in which the scale can be almost infinite. And maybe last thing, if I will jump with you to another room in this guitar store. This is a drums player of Bruce Springsteen, and when we click on him,
till the last one burns.